So for the longest time, really ever since I can remember, I have enjoyed and dabbled in the realm of speedrunning. But this extends quite far back, all the way back to my childhood, in a particular game called Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. Ratchet and Clank 3, or Ratchet and Clank Ouya, as most people nowadays will know it. This game shaped the way I saw video games as a whole. It was one of the first video games I ever picked up, and I sunk hours and hours in the thousands into that game. I got so proficient at it that I thought I was one of the best that there is. How poorly I was mistaken. I came across this video today by Zem, as you can see here, and Zem was talking about Marcadia. Now, for those of you who don't know, Marcadia is a mission that is notoriously annoying. It's not got a very good color. It's not very fun. It's essentially one big loop, and then you go into a couple of games, or like mini games, I suppose you would say, to access this facility where you then grab this device and complete the puzzle, and off you go. And for speedrunning, this obviously brings about a few problems, because a lot of these things are necessary to be done. Until they weren't, Zev made a absolute banger of a video talking about this. The distance the Ratchet and Clank speedrunning community is willing to go, the sheer amount of autism on display was phenomenal. It was amazing to watch. Please go and watch it, guys. It's such a good video. So to start off with, Zem talks about Marcadia and how bad it is and why everyone hates it, because in a speedrun that's as long as Ratchet and Clank's total speedrun, Marcadia used to take them up to 20% it would take to do every single planet. For reference, there are like 20 planets in Ratchet and Clank.
Even in 2005, it's clear how much of an issue Marcadia is. A 2-minute timed mission with no skip button is by far the biggest offender. Still, it's not like the rest of the planet is that exciting either. There's nothing interesting or difficult about Marcadia. It's long, boring, and piss orange ugly.
Dear God, it's dark in here. Fucking hell. I mean, that just proves I'm a gamer. Okay, look, if you want to come talk to me saying I'm not a gamer, I got skin like a vampire, right? Relax. But anyway, continuing on where we left off. So he, from here, goes and talks about the 3 goats of essentially what would be the equivalent of the starting point for getting the speedrun optimized. These people did their own thing, made their own sort of contributions to the speedrun, as he states in his video, and one of them is him. So just another reason to go watch the video. Seriously, go watch it.
The burden of pushing Marcadia would fall on 3 important runners. The first important runner was Insomniac Nintendo, or IN as we call him. The second of these 3 very important runners was named Silence. Silence was Japanese with little knowledge of the English language. This in turn isolated him from the rest of the community, who were all English speakers. The third very important runner is me, Zem motherfucking 92. I have a deeper history speedrunning this game at a world record level than anyone else.
So after this, Zem then goes on to talk about something that was found slightly after the optimization had begun happening, that involved a bit of a luck factor, and how the community was not entirely on board with this sort of luck factor. If you guys have done speedrunning in the past, you'll know how this feels, where you do everything right and then you have to get lucky once. The community decided not to follow this route and to try and make a different way around it, which is props to them, man, because it ruins speedruns. Really, it does.
Reality found you could throw the Agents of Doom out as Ratchet begins his walk. If you were lucky, the agents would jump as Ratchet touched them. This launches Ratchet over the turret, allowing you to use the sniper rifle instead. This saves about 25 seconds, but it's based on luck.
And then eventually what ends up happening is what happens in most of these games. Tassing comes along, someone makes a task for the game, it reveals a bunch of strategies and ways, human and non-human compatible, that people can and should try to beat the game. This is where a lot of the more definitive exploits come into the game, including one called the quit exploit.
2018, and he's at the start of a speedrun. It starts out normally, but it wasn't going to stay that way for long. Something crazy was about to happen.
What the? What? It hard-locked? I got nano pack? I don't even have that.
He tries to select his turrets from the quick select ring, but his turrets aren't there. A device called the nanopack sits in that slot instead. Not only has he never picked up the nanopack at any point on this file, it's also not supposed to be an item you can select at all. After doing a bit of digging, we managed to find some old forum posts. These posts dated as far back as 2012, and they all said the same thing. Weird, unexplainable glitches only found on the PS3 port. A great strat hunter named Isak watches Tweezle's VOD. It gives him an idea. He thinks maybe this happened because Tweezle quit the game. It sounds a bit strange, but why not test it? He asks Tweezle to quit out to the main menu before starting a run. And just like that, it happens again.
From here, they go on to discuss some of the most diabolical strategies I've ever seen in any speedrunning community ever on YouTube. So seriously, guys, I'm going to wrap up this video here. Please go and watch that video. It is phenomenally made. It has all the history of this specific thing. And as I said, the sheer amount of autism that is streaming out of these guys is insane. So seriously, go support them. Go support the speedrunning community for Ratchet and Clank. They're not a large community, but they're a tight-knit community nonetheless. And we'll catch you on the next one. See ya. Bye.